Have a good day to you all. I am Professor Priyanka from Computer Engineering Department. In this lecture, we will see the double hashing. In previous lectures, we covered the linear probe and quadratic probing. Okay. In this lecture, we will start the double hashing. As the name suggests, it uses hash function more than one. Okay. So we call this hashing method as double hashing. Okay. Now, to start with, double hashing uses one hash method. With double hashing uses one hash value and then repeatedly step forward an interval until an empty location is reached. Okay, here we are using hash value and then repeatedly following the interval. Okay. The interval is decided using second independent hash function. Here next hash function is marker. Means first we are using one hash function and after that we are using another hash function. So we call this method double hashing. In double hashing we use two hash functions rather than single hash function. Okay, you able to hear me clearly? Yes, my voice is clear. Vishal, my voice is clear to you? Okay. The hash function in the case of double hashing, we are using hki equal to h1k plusih2k and whole mod m. Okay, here we are using hki equal to h1k plus ih2k mod m. Now, where m is the size of hash table, h1 of k and h2 of k are two hash functions, and h1 of k is a k mod m, h2 of k is a k mod m dash. M is the size of hash table. I is the probe number that varies from 0 to m minus 1. Okay, I start from 0 and last value for I is m minus 1, that is hash table size minus 1. M dash is chosen to be less than m. Okay, m dash is always less than m. We can choose m dash equal to m minus 1 or m minus 2. Value of m dash is m minus 1 or m minus 2. When we have to insert a key k in a hash table, we first probe the location given by the applying h1 of k mod m, because during the first probe I equal to 0, if the location is vacant, the key is inserted into it. If I equal to 1, we receive the address where no other data is stored. Okay, if we have vacant position, then we store our key at that location. Else subsequent probe generate locations that are at the offset of h2 of k mod m from previous location. Since the offset may vary with the every probe depending on the value generated by the second hash function. The performance of double hashing is very close to performance of ideal scheme of uniform hashing. Here what we are using hashing function hki equal to h1 of k plus I h2 of k mod m. Here h1 is the first hash function, h2 is the second hash function. h1 of k is equal to k mod m and h2 of k is a k mod m dash. Here we are using m and here we are using m dash. M is varying from 0 to m minus 1, but m dash is always less than this m, and m dash equal to m minus 1 or m minus 2. Okay. Now see advantage and disadvantage of double hashing. Double hashing minimize the repeated collisions. Means here collisions, it means less collision, and the effect of the clustering. Here minimizes the repeated collision and effect of clustering. And double hashing is free from the problem associated with primary clustering as well as secondary clustering. Primary clustering is a problem of linear probing, and secondary clustering is a problem of quadratic probe. So here we are free from, if we use the double hashing, then we overcome this primary clustering and secondary clustering. This is an advantage. Also we minimize the repeated collisions and effect of clustering. This is what double hashing. Now consider the example of double hashing. Consider hash table size 10. Using the double hashing, insert the keys 72, 27, 36, 24, 63, 81, 92 and 101 into the table. Take H1 K mod 10, H2 K mod 8. Here M is a 10. Our hash table size is 10. So we have 10 blocks. Initially we have vacant position. So we are mentioning vacant position as a -1. We are storing here -1, -1, -1. Now HKI equal to H1 of K plus I H2 of K whole mod M. Now step 1. Consider key 72, that is a first key. Now H720 is a 72 mod 10 plus 0 into 72 mod 8 and mod 10. Here 2 plus 0 into 0, that is a 0 mod 10. Here 2 plus 0 is a 2 mod 10 and 2 mod 10 is a 2. Now T of 2 is, here T of 2 is a vacant. So we store this key at the location T of 2. Here we store that 72. Now consider the key 2. Step 2, key is a 27. So H27, 0 is a 27 mod 10 plus 0 into 27 mod 8. Here I value is 0. So here 0 into 27 mod. So we have to check T of 7. Here T of 7 is -1. So it is vacant. So we store this 27 at the location T of 2. T of 7. Here we are storing that 27. Now next is a key 36. For that we are calculating H36, 0, 36 mod 10 plus 0 into 36 mod 8. I value is 0. So here 0 into 36 mod 8 into 10. My voice is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now 6 plus 0 into 4 mod 10. Here we got 0 into 4 is a 0. So 6 plus 0 is a 6 and mod 10. So we got answer here 6. So we have to check T of 6 is vacant or not. In previous we can see here that is T of 6 is a vacant. Okay, here we are considering the double hashing example. So T of 6 is a here vacant. So we store this 36 key at the location T of 6. Here we are storing that key. Now consider step 4. Here key is a 24. So we have to calculate H24, 0. Now formula for this is H1K plus I H2K. Here first hash function and second hash function. Here we have I. I is the same. So After putting value, we get 24 mod 10 plus 0 into I value initially 0. 0 into 24 mod 8. Whole mod 10. So 24 mod 10 is a 4 plus this 24 mod 8 into 0. We got answer 0 mod 10. So 4 mod 10 is a 4. So we have to check T of 4 is vacant or not. Here we can say T of 4 is a vacant because it showing address minus 1 because it shows the value minus 1. So we have to store this T of 24 at the T of 4. We are storing this value here. Now step 5. Key is a 63. Here we have to calculate H 63, 0 which is equal to 63 mod 10 plus 0 into 63 mod 8 mod 10. So 63 mod 10 is a 3. Okay, plus 0 into 63 mod 8. 63 mod 8 value 7. 7 into 0 is a 0. So 3 mod 10. Okay, so we got answer 3. Means we have to check T of 3 is vacant or not. Okay, in this example T of 3 is a vacant. So we store this key 63 at the T of 3. Here we store that value. Now step 6. Key is a 81. So we have to calculate H 81, 0. 81 mod 10 plus 0 into 81 mod 8. Mod 10. Now 81 mod 10 is a 1. Here 1 remainder. Plus 81 mod 8 1 into 0 is a 0. So 1 mod 10. We got answer 1. So we have to check T of 1 is vacant or not. Here T of 1 is a vacant. So we have to store this key 81 at location T of 1. Here we are storing that value. And next step 7, that is key is a 92. Now H 92, 0 equal to 92 mod 10 plus 0 into 92 mod 8 mod 10. Here 92 mod 10 is a 2 plus 0 into 92 mod 8. 92 mod 8 value 4. So 4 into 0 is a 0 mod 10. Here 2 mod 10 and we got answer 2. We have to check T of 2 is vacant or not. Here T of 2 having 72 value. Key value is a 72 always stored at this location. So we have to again hash the same using I is equal to what?
0.
I is equal to
This time 1.
1. Okay, we increase I by 1. So I is a 1. So calculate this H 92, 1 equal to 92 mod 10 plus 1 into 92 mod 8 whole mod 10. So after calculating this we got answer 6. So now we have to check T of 6 is vacant or not. Here T of 6 have 36 key. Here at location T of 6 we have already stored value which is a key equal to 36. So we not able to store current value at that location. So we have to again calculate a hash value. So now our I value becomes
2.
2. So we calculate this H 92, 2 mod 92 mod 10 plus 2 into 92 mod 8 mod 10. So 92 mod 10 is 2. Okay, 10 nines are 90. Okay, so remainder is 2 plus 2 into this 92 mod 8 is 4. We got remainder here 4 into this 2, that is a 8. So 2 plus 8 mod 10. So 10 mod 10. 10 mod 10 is a 0. We got here remainder 0. So we have to check now T of 0 is vacant or not. So let's check. Here we have T of 0 vacant. So we are storing this 92 at the location T of 0. Now consider the step 8 is a 1. So H101, 0 equal to 101 mod 10 plus 0 into 101 mod 8 whole. Now 101 mod 10 we have 1. Okay, 10 tens are 100. So we get reminder here 1. So
One.
here 1 plus 0 into 101 mod 8. 101 mod 8 we have answer 5. Okay, we have answer 5. Into 0 is a 0. So 1 mod 10. Here 1 mod 10 is a 1. Now check T of 1 is vacant or not. Here we have T of 1 81. So it is already occupied. Now what we have to do?
Increment to I.
Yes, we have to increment I by 1. So now I value becomes
1.
1. So we have to calculate H T of 101 comma 1. So 101 mod 10 plus 1 into 101 mod 8. Here we having we have I 1. So here also I value becomes 1. So we got, after calculating this, we got answer 6. Now we have to check T of 6. Here T of 6 having 36. So we have to again increase I.
Equal to
So
2.
I becomes 2 and we have to calculate this hash and we have to find value. Okay, we have to do this process repeatedly until we get the vacant location. Okay, you will see that you have to probe many times to insert key 101. Okay, if you calculate this, then you can understand that we have to calculate many times. Okay, then although double hashing is very efficient algorithm, it always require m to be prime number. Okay, to get fast answer we have to initialize m. M is a prime number. Okay, we have to store m means table size as a prime number. If we assign prime number to m, then we got answer fastly, otherwise it will take more time. Now in our case m is a 10, which is not prime number, hence degradation is performed, means perform our performance degraded. Had m been equal to 11, the algorithm would have worked efficiently. Okay, here we have you have task, that is you have to put m equal to 11 and calculate this. Okay, and you have to submit this submit at the next lecture. Okay, what you have to do, you have to just put here m 11. Okay, size 11. Other example is same, other sum is same. Just we have to update hash table size 10 to 11 and calculate this whole sum, and you have to submit that at the next lecture. Okay, now thus we can say that the performance of this technique is sensitive to value of m. Here if m is a prime, then it calculates fastly. Okay, otherwise it takes time, performance is degraded. You understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now our double hashing is completed, so we start the new, that is a rehashing. Okay, in this rehashing, when the table when hash table becomes nearly full, the number of collision increases, thereby degrading the performance of insertion and search operation. Okay, which is next lecture, because time, next lecture time is
Okay.
lecture time is over.
मॅम ते हे पाठवा मला का ते
पीपीटी
एक्झाम. हां, पीपीटी.
पीपीटी सेंड करते तुला आताच, ह्या लेक्चर नंतर सेंड करेन, कारण झालाय सिलेबस तो. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर कोणाचं आहे?
एक मिनिट DSGT DLC आहे हा.
DSCA ऑफ लेक्चर आहे ना?
हा, ते
Skills
जाधव.
केला पुन्हा मिस घेतात का?
हा. ते DSGT घेतो.
ओके ठीक आहे, मग कंटिन्यू करू शकतो आपण. ओके, हा चॅप्टर संपतोय. हा 1-2 पॉईंट राहिले ते फक्त कव्हर करते. मग हा चॅप्टर संपेल, मग तुला PPT व्हॉट्सअप करते. ठीक आहे?
चालेल.
Okay, let's see the rehashing. When the hash table becomes nearly full, means when hash table is overflow, the number of collision increases. When hash is full, then if we try to insert any key, then we have to we get number of collisions. Okay, so each time we calculate value, because of hash table is full, we not able to store our new key, so number of collision increases, thereby degrading the performance of insertion. So performance is degraded. And search operation, in such cases a better option is to create new hash table. Okay, if our hash table is full, then we have to create new hash table with size double of the original size. Okay, if the first hash table size is m, then next hash table size becomes
Double 2n.
2m, means double of the first. All the entries of the original hash table will then have to move to the new hash table. Here rehashing, where what we have to do, if hash table is full, then create new hash table of size double. Okay, then store the entries of original hash table into new. This is done by taking each entry, computing its new hash value. Here rehashing is occurs. To store previous, means original hash table values into new hash table value, we are computing the new hash values, means rehashing, and then inserting it in a new hash table. Understood this? What is rehashing?
मॅम ते ओरिजिनल व्हॅल्यू ते डायरेक्ट टाकायचं की त्यांना परत हे करून टाकायचं?
व्हॅल्यू सेम येणार, फक्त काय करणार, आता पहिलं हॅश टेबल आहे त्याची साईज ही नंतर जे बनवणार त्याच्या निम्मी असणार, म्हणजे जे नेक्स्ट आपण नवीन हॅश टेबल बनवतोय ते डबल साईजचं आहे. सो काय करणार आपण की जे व्हॅल्यू आहेत त्यावर परत हॅश अप्लाय करणार आणि त्याने जो ॲड्रेस येतोय त्या ठिकाणी नवीन हॅश टेबलमध्ये सेव्ह करणार, म्हणजे व्हॅल्यू ज्या आहेत त्या सेम राहणार, फक्त त्याची लोकेशन चेंज होणार अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट न्यू हॅश टेबल. Okay, we will see examples so that you will understand. Okay, this is done by taking each entry, computing its new hash value, then inserting it in a new hash table. Though rehashing seems to be simple, but it is quite expensive. Okay, it is disadvantage of rehashing is it is expensive and must therefore not to be done frequently. Consider the hash table of size 5. We are considering here hash table size, that is a m is equal to 5, and hash function is a hx equal to x modulo 5. Here x modulo m size is 5, so x modulo 5. Rehash the entries into the new hash table. Now see here 1 2 3 4 5. We have 5 blocks, means hash table size is now 5. M is a 5. So new hash table is having double size, means it must be double, that is a 10. Here 5 blocks, so it may new hash table must consist 10 location. So these are this new hash table. Now rehash the key value from the old hash table. Rehash this value into new one using the hash function. To hash this, we are using hx equal to x modulo 10. Here m is a 10. So after calculating this, means 26 modulo 10, we got answer this. Okay, so we are storing this value, that is the first this value. Okay, you if you calculate this, no, then you can assume you have to calculate this. Okay, understood? After calculating this, you got t of 1 for this 32. You got you have to means value of that location means for this key, that is a 31 key, you may got this t of 1, that you calculate this by your own. You able to calculate?
Yes, ma'am.
After this lecture you calculate these values. Okay, I'm moving. Okay, because I have to cover these topics. Now here the first method is open addressing hashing is completed. So next method, that is chaining, means collision resolution technique using the chaining. Now in this we are first study the chaining technique. Means what is it chaining? Just a minute. Okay, you're not able to see my screen, no? Okay, you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just here because I'm sharing my screen but it is not visible. Maybe it's network problem. So chaining. In chaining, each location in the hash table store a pointer, okay, to the linked list. Here we are using data structure linked list and we are storing the pointer, storing the hash values in the linked list. That is, suppose location L in that hash table points to the head of the linked list. Here you able to, if you able to see the diagram, key 1 we are storing at the table.
Screen is not visible. This is
Okay,
my time.
question is not visible, no. Okay, I will stop here
Yes.
and I'm just sending you a PPT